Hey there YouTube, I'm Yukitsu, this is Yukitsu Times, welcome to my channel, welcome to Total War Attila. So this is a little bit of a sticky situation in some ways for me. I'm actually going to try something here, because the Franks, if I can't kill them soon, we're going to be in a really weird spot.
In wasting the day on you.
So,
what you say had better please my ears.
Yeah, still not quite right. Now the thing is, I have to actually destroy them as a faction. I don't have to, but it's much preferable if I destroy them as a faction. If someone else actually is the one to deliver the killing blow against the Franks, then I don't get credit for that for my achievement, or my goal, or my war goal, or whatever. But we can go ahead and attack Rugion here. I think we can still win this. I don't think it's going to be easy, but I think we can do the same sort of thing where we unleash hell with our arrows sort of along the coast there until we run out, and then just keep replenishing them over and over again. I think that should work here just as well as it did elsewhere. So we'll give it a go and see how things happen, and I'll get back to you on the battlefield. Okay, welcome back to what promises to probably be another fairly lengthy battle. Ideally, I'd get this during a rainy day, but I don't really want to. I don't like actually playing the game in the rain. It's just not as fun. It's not the way of things. I don't know. But yeah, no, it's a much better strategic choice for me to attack this in the rain. It means that I don't have to constantly pour buckets of water on my ships. Okay, I think there's a decent chance that their fleet will be hanging around this harbor, so we're going to have our ram ships over here. We'll have our sword ships sort of over here. We'll have these onager ships kind of like this, I think. I should be able to easily ram them if they try and go for those. And our archer ships can just be like back here or something. It doesn't really matter that much. We can switch them right away to heavy shot because I don't want to damage the city too much. And let's get our general not all the way by himself in case he gets boarded by an axe unit, which would be tragic. Huh. Okay, I wonder if they're going to come towards me or if I'm going to have to... are they going to land? They might land. Interesting. Okay, well, fine by me. We'll move our archer ships, some of our other ships as well, up near the shore. If I could get them to shoot at my expendable-ish light marines in these ships here from fairly far range, they probably won't cause that much damage to them. So I should be relatively okay if that's what they end up shooting. Let's bring our general up here.
We are heavily outnumbered.
We are not actually heavily outnumbered, you're just panicking because I have 0 troops on the ground. But that'll change once my marines make their landing.
The enemy has been spotted.
Alright, so that's where the enemy is. It's about where I figured they might be. Okay, might want to just start firing at these guys here. Yeah, those guys are going around all the way to the other side to park, I guess. I don't think they're going to stay at sea. Alright, so you guys. How far can these boats shoot out to? Right, so we'll get this guy sort of over here. I think this angle is preferable for getting shot at with these boats. I would imagine that having a boat getting shot like this, you could definitely angle it so that the hull is taking like the arrows and the crew inside are fine. Dramatic warband here, getting pounded, which is really nice. How are you guys holding up there? Well, your ship's on fire a little bit. Let's go ahead, douse flames. Down to 34 men. They're doing the arcing shot, which I guess is harder to take cover from in a certain sense anyway. So you can only douse fire with actual naval vessels, and it takes a minute before I'm allowed to do it again, but as you can see, we've suppressed that fire there. It won't proper burn down, though, for another minute, so... Alright, I think that we can fire this artillery ship at something else now. Why not over at this clump? I might have to kill some of these towers, but I'm not too worried about them. We're gonna lose, like, all of our assault Liburnians here, but... You know what, I'm okay with that. I'm pretty sure they must have landed their ships at this point in time. Yeah, you are firing at the right target. If we can get some good hits on that Germanic levy, I'd be very thankful. Alright, so do we need to actually douse fire yet? Up to 38%. Let's go ahead and douse fire there again. Missed. Oh, we're hitting the village a little bit, but you know what? That's probably just gonna happen. I don't think I want to switch to the regular shot. Okay, so the reason that we have to do this first, and this is going to be a very lengthy battle again, is because I can't fight them in an arrow-to-arrow contest. I've only got 3 units. They're inferior and smaller in size than the units that they've got there, so it's a much smarter idea for me to try and engage them once they've run out of ammunition. And they do seem willing to oblige me on that. This ship is at 54% fire damage. Crap. Okay, I thought I switched you guys over to the spear unit back there. Right, well, whatever. We should have to douse fire again here right away. 2, 1. If these ships burn down, their upkeep cost is about the same as their recruitment cost, so I don't actually lose really any money doing this. I love how these guys were so confident that the shots weren't going to hit them that they just didn't even bother changing formations. Alright, we've gotten a good number of kills though with these shots. 2 units pretty well plastered. Ooh, nice. Okay, might want to switch targets again.
A ship has caught fire!
Okay, so this ship is actually going to burn to death, and it's too late to put it out again, so this is a lost ship, so... Looks like we could lose as many as 2 whole ships per archer unit, which is not ideal. I think what I'm going to have to do is run them in, take about 20% fire damage, and as soon as we reach sort of that critical threshold, we need to switch over from one ship to another one. So basically, I can run this one away, I can have it to repair its fire damage, and then I can run it back into range again. Actually, it took them more than half their shots, I think. Okay, let's put you guys up here. I think I can juggle 2 of you guys at once. I'm pretty incompetent, but I'm not that incompetent, I don't think. I probably am that incompetent, but... We have killed, like, probably half of their melee contingent, because they didn't have a huge melee contingent to begin with. Although those reinforcing units that are going to be around there somewhere, the fact that I don't know where their general is, kind of all play into this being a little bit of a still risky fight. Oh, you guys are taking fire? How much fire damage have you taken? 23%? Okay, we're going to run them away. Going to run this one into range. Going to accidentally take too much fire damage and burn to death. Such a weird thing to have on cooldown is like the on fire meter. It's like, yeah, no, we can only like unfuck ourselves for a short period of time, and then we have to just sit there and stop putting out the fires. It's like, what do you mean you have to stop putting out the fires? It's like, you know, it's union regulated rules. Our work foreman would get really pissed off at us if we kept putting out fires. It's just like, okay. These guys are only at 4% damage. Ooh. That could have been really good, but apparently it wasn't. Okay, fantastic. You guys, how are you doing? 12%. 6%. You guys are at 9%. These guys have put out how much of it? About half, so can only put out about 25% of a fire, looks like. Alright, you guys, how much of a... are you up to there? 8%? Like, looks like they're hitting the crew on that one. This one's down to 33%. I'm gonna get it out of there. Yeah, there's their admiral. Decided to not fight me on sea there. This one's gonna run out of ammunition before it can kill me, so I'm gonna go ahead and bring it down a bit, bring the fire down. Alright, so this one that was in the harbor there is getting a little bit wrecked, but let's go ahead and fire at this general with the last bit of our shots there. I don't even know if we switched targets fast enough there. Though that unit of Axe Warband is really down. 14% fire damage. I definitely get the feeling they're not going for the flaming shot on against that unit there for some reason.
One of our ships can no longer fire.
Alright, so we were out of ammunition on a couple of our ships. That's fine, though. Are you actually still taking fire damage? Not really. Okay, well. Might be because that unit can't fire as quickly for some reason or another. Well, we got 14 of these bastards. That'll do. I can also use these catapult ships as bait for these shots, too. You know, I probably don't need to be this close. Let's back up a bit. Oh, crap. Well, apparently we're backing up this way. Whatever. Dramatic archers over there are sort of shifting targets. We're up to 23% fire. How on fire are we? 23% on fire? Well... Okay, so it looks like my ships have decided that they're playing bumper cars a little bit here, but that's fine. Let's get some shots on these Frankish Dramatic Levy. Whatever. Frankish, Dramatic, it's all the same to me. It's all bar, 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 bar. Alright. Let's get you guys out. You guys in. Okay, you guys put your ship out too. This one's taking 68% fire damage all of a sudden. Alright, is it out of bow shot? Okay, yeah, no, they're not shooting at this one anymore. Let's repair that ship too. Gotten rid of one of these spears practically. Looks like they've still got a little bit of pep and go in them. The crew on this ship is actually quite decently sized, and they're more spread out than they are on some other ships, so this isn't actually a terrible choice for that. 5% damaged, okay. And I think we're actually going to cut ahead here, because I think we've sort of gotten our rotation set up, so that we're doing pretty well here. I think that nothing really can go wrong at this point in time, so I will get back to you later on. Alright, so we're back. Uh-oh. Crap. Did not expect to see those guys here. But yeah, we're back. We've started landing some of our troops on the shore, so as to entice them, essentially, into attacking us. Looks like we got a little bit more than we bargained for, though. Have these guys form up in a line, and hopefully we'll be able to deal with them somewhat with our volleys of javelins there. Now, they are using some of their javelins on my ships, and that's kind of okay, kind of really bad. I need those raiders to stick around and take shots so that they have less when they start fighting my infantry, but at the same time, I don't want them getting off too many javelins against those archers, because they're kind of key to my victory here. Alright, so let's move you guys a little bit out of range. I want to be close to the shore so that I'm hitting as many of them as I can be, for as long as I can be, but... Alright, so our units are kind of in a good position now, so they can actually hit the enemy pretty well with their volleys, and hopefully shatter this unit of Dramatic Raiders just through sheer volume of fire of those pylum. Looks like we'll be getting a new shipment of arrows pretty soon. Alright, so these guys were only 72-man unit. Dramatic Marauders, pretty tough though. Our general should be landing shortly, so he'll be able to contribute a little bit to this. Alright, so here they come. Rushing in towards their destiny against all these units, but frankly, I'm in range if they're in range, so... Yeah, my guys are opening up on them. You can see it's starting to take their toll just a little bit there. Now, this is braced infantry, but it's relatively light braced infantry, so... Let's get more guys in there. Yeah, completely fucking trashed one of my units. Should have had brace going.
The men have thrown down their weapons and are fleeing.
Alright, General, get in there. Now, they've admittedly lost a lot of their troops as well, so I don't think I'm too concerned about that fact. Let's moonwalk our ship back here a little bit. Just a little. All these units that are coming around here are getting some pretty bad damage on them. Alright, this sword unit will at least be still alive. And that unit of cavalry has shattered. Good. I think we can avoid worrying about... Yeah, those guys shattered. Good. Go ahead and stop firing at these guys for a second.
This ship will continue firing.
Okay. Those Germanic Marauders have taken some decent hits. Pretty okay with it.
The men are losing.
Unfortunately, those Marauders there have not taken very many hits. Are those guys out of range here? Not really. Let's moonwalk the ship into position. Get a few more arrows. Let's aim specifically at some units here. I'm just kind of moonwalking the ship back. It can only shoot these guys anyway, so. Alright, so. You know what, let's just turn on fire at will. It doesn't really matter too much if we're shooting at those Germanic archers that are already dead. Getting them off the field matters quite a bit at this point. Now, my general over here is a bit vulnerable. He's not exactly the sort of general that can take a charge well, despite that brace ability that he's got there. So, not necessarily an ideal person to be standing here in front tanking this sort of stuff. So we're gonna shuffle this unit and charge them. That way our general is not taking that hit. Yeah, these guys got crushed. Combination of good defense and good offense with that use the whip charge. Pretty good. Because these guys are pretty okay on melee damage. Okay, those guys have shattered. Those guys have shattered. Interesting. Alright, and that's the battle.
The ocean favors us.
Okay, so that has demolished 3 stacks of, well, actually only 1, but I think the Franks have had enough losses that only losing 1 stack here is pretty much okay. I probably should have used Subjugate there, actually. If I could have subjugated there, that would have been... What the hell? Ruined buildings. Interesting. So, I actually have to demolish this because otherwise it will be in starvation mode, which is going to really hamper the already really bad growth. So, I didn't know that this place was so badly ruined. Okay, well, interesting. Ammunition seems fine, although obviously it doesn't matter tremendously. It helps if I got more ammunition for my catapult ships. Right, so is this the last of the Franks? It probably is. No, there's actually a little bit east of Germania, so there's an army stack near over here, actually. That's a little bit disconcerting, actually. Was that in Tillafurdum? Would they be able to reach there? Yeah, there's this tiny stack in Tillafurdum. Or it could be a large stack, I don't really know. We'll find out, I guess. But I don't think they have a clean walk path straight down to Uberzus right now. But I need to watch out for that. Franks, what are you guys going to be up to here?
My time is better spent feasting and
Okay, sorry about that brief interruption there. So, one of the things I could opt to do with this region is simply let it revert to whoever is actually supposed to be here. So we let it rebel, and then I just let the rebels take it over, and we let them build it up, and maybe we'll be able to get peace with them or something like that. And if we can't, then we can crush them and turn them into our subjects. So that is how you undo that sort of mistake that I made there. It's not too bad a one. What the hell's going on here? Hate it when my camera gets rotated. Alright, we've only got 911. We've got probably pretty interesting diplomacy now. Seems like the Langobards still really like us. The Markomans... that's a bit weird. They don't mind us after that. Okay, well, Thuringians... Yeah, they're nomads now. They don't matter. Burgundians down here are still kind of an issue, but I don't really care. They're reliable and defensive, so it's really weird that they went and attacked the Western Roman Separatists, or the Roman Separatists rather, but I'm not going to worry too much about that.
Greetings. Now speak plain.
Yeah. Okay, I think that's about all we can do for this turn here. So I think we're going to just go ahead and hit end turn. Maybe I should actually switch up recruitment here. No. This one looks like it's... Okay, let's do a quick recruitment swap. So the army that's in Sopiani A will bring back to Siccia. Oops. Okay, so this army down here, I can get rid of these step bows. As much as I like them, I don't think that I really particularly want them by contrast to the Balistarii. So, actually, missile damage is 49 with 14 ammo. What the hell is 65 and 17? What's the armor penetrating damage? Armor penetrating is 50. That's actually a massive difference. Okay, so I will go ahead and drop these guys. I was thinking it's like maybe the damage is actually not that different, but it is actually pretty huge. Okay, good. And we could do the same to this army next turn, maybe. Swap them out with the army that's now in Siccia, getting their sort of rearmament, re-upgrade. This army looks okay. I don't think they need any. Does this one... I think this army was updated. No, this army needs some crossbows. Okay, so yeah, I guess we can do it the way that we're doing it right now. It's actually a pretty effective way of doing it.
Ready for orders.
Let's go ahead really quickly, see what... Do we have any impending rebellions? Looks like we don't have any impending rebellions right now. Perfect. Did we have any... political actions we needed to do? Need one person in office. Okay, Lucius Marcellus, no. Tectanus, Hilarious, you're already in office. Pulvillus, Varus, damn it. Okay, sure, why not? It's the best we'll be able to get, I think, out of that, and I didn't really feel like I fancied any other sort of like adoptions or anything like that, but we could think about doing one just to keep ourselves lower on the totem pole or whatever here. Yeah, so we did have someone that could do an adoption. Looks like there's no one that could do another one right away though anyway, so probably don't need to worry about him doing anything. So, this is brutal. Yeah, I'm going to do the abandoned Rugian thing. If I could get away from there right now, I totally would, but looks like we're stuck here. We need a replacement for one of our ships. There we go. Let's see how this works. I'm feeling like a lot of the map is getting pretty devastated. I feel like devastation is kind of a common thing these days. Alright, Franks. Looks like they're running away from me. I won't be able to catch them, because they'll run across that river into the woods there. It looks like they're setting up camp in that desolate region over yonder. But, beyond that... Oh, shit. This better not be a third one coming in behind him. Okay, no, it's just 2 stacks by Eovavum. If I have to, I can actually just send a reinforcement stack, especially if I can get Flavius Stilicho over there. Night attack the one of them, and then clear out the other afterward. Would be the ideal situation there. Looks like the Eastern Romans have kind of started taking back the world. And I am not at all opposed to that happening. Okay, so we've got this military investment, that's fine. We'll be able to last a little while before anything too bad happens. Office secured, good. Alright, you guys. Looks like they don't have the really scary stacks there, so that's good. I believe we can now make monuments. Can we make triumphal arches and governors' palaces? Might be too much food to make governors' palaces, but they're really good. Tax rate 3% everywhere would be really good. I'll check our happiness. If I feel like it would help me to boost it that last tiny bit, then we'll probably do it. It's just that it's so expensive. We don't need it there, and we will survive the drop. Belgica still being a problem, but suddenly another slot to the rescue. We could go ahead and get a statue here, and that would actually fix everything. And frankly, it doesn't matter, because we could just station an army here. And that also fixes everything. Oh look, rebel stacked by Flavum. Well, that's fine actually. Okay, we'll get you guys back down to Hafen. That way I can move this army over towards the Franks potentially. Looks like I won't reach them. Well, whatever. Rugion, everything's demoted to the bottom level, so I can just let it rebel and let the people take over there. Old habits die hard there. Anyway, I could potentially get to the Flavum rebels through Colonia Agrippina, actually. That might be the safest and the easiest way to do it. Tilfurdum can also reach it, of course. But I don't know where that Frankish force is. Looks like they're coming up north towards Gothiscanza. Was that the one that I saw? No, they must be consolidating their forces together, because I'm pretty sure they're in this province, not this one. Okay, so we'll leave them be. For now, they will lead us to the rebel base. Galatia is another province that's not ideal, but is okay. Can we afford to upgrade? It is summer, and we're upgrading a cattle pen, so we can't afford to get the Colonia. It'll take us 4 turns to get, but that's okay. Man, that's just such a hard habit to break. The thing is, I don't really want to get that here, so I'll leave it be for now. Okay. Lichtenensis -1. So close. A few provinces being at like 0 or -1 or whatever, though, is not a huge concern about this time in the game, though, so I really can just let those slide. Right at Norcom. This is going to be a problem because there's Huns here. It's not actually a province that's having issues. Sahara down here is now having an issue. I'm guessing immigration is up. Immigrants is up to 7? Huh. Alright, that's kind of funny to me. Alright, let's go ahead and get you guys the reservoir. I think that should be fine. Does this increase public order? That also decreases public order. How's the religion conversion going, though? Religious differences is only a -8 now, and Latin Christianity is still surging, so I think we're in one of those situations where it'll kind of even out, but it looks like the unhappiness is definitely ahead right now. We can go ahead and get a... I kind of want a large food surplus here, growth surplus, so that when I take over this desolate region, it'll be easier and quicker to get it back in the fold. I want this place to rebel as fast as possible, so I'm not going to even bother. Alright, so we have very little that I have to fix as far as public order goes, so we don't have to worry about that right now. I definitely feel as though we could go for the Governor's Palace and Triumphal Arches. Because I do want to potentially get Triumphal Arches in places just so that I don't have to worry about the food issue. Because that really is what they're useful for. I could also go ahead and get the Carpentry Workshop, and in particular, getting defensive logistics could be really strong for us. Because those heavy onagers, instead of just the normal sized ones, there's a huge difference between them. Tax rate plus 3%. How much are we making, I'm kind of wondering. We still haven't really invested as much as I'd like into the industrial buildings. And that building will take us 9 turns. That's a long time. It could go up, though, if I increase our scriptoriums or something like that. Recruitment cost minus 10%. I don't care about that. Upkeep cost minus 3% for everybody. This would be really good, but I'll probably wait till after we finish the objective, so after 420. So, I guess we'll check out something here. Carthagenesis. Yeah, 2 more turns, but we actually are already working on that. I'm checking out places that are building libraries, basically. We couldn't upgrade that one. Because I did want to get as many of these upgraded to Imperial Libraries as possible before the switch. Will we have enough if this upgrades? I think we will. Pretty sure we will, actually. It will be... Yeah, that should be enough. Belgica up here. Oh, looks like they've got an open slot. Yeah, that's right, I remember that now. Okay. Trying to think of how much food we need in this province. Because if there's 40 left here, I can't really get anything to boost the amount of food being used. What do I want here? I think that the industry is different than standard industry. Yeah, they've got pewter artisans, and they've got... so if I got pewter artisans, that's a ton of money because we're getting the multiplier potentially from the prime forest here. So getting capital industry is actually a really smart idea for this region. The problem is that it'll drive our happiness down quite a bit. So we'll have to probably build churches in these 2 slots or something like that. And we won't get those for quite some time. And if we're going full dirty industry in this province, it might make sense for me to get the... if I get the waterworks here now and then upgrade them to the cloaca for the maximum growth, as well as... Or no, the aqueduct network. No, the cloaca. Yeah, it is the cloaca. Okay, so if I got this here, we'd end up with a ton of extra sanitation, which will help for all the dirty industry we're going to get. And this last slot, like, we'll get these last few slots much faster because of all the growth, so I think that that's what we're going to do there. So we're planning ahead instead of rushing to oblivion. We're actually plus here. Fantastic. Britannia Superior, we're okay there. Caledonia, Hibernia, nothing new there. Did I actually get any new population surplus? Yeah, it was just Belgica. Carthaginiensis. If I weren't... Actually, no, these don't cost extra on happiness, do they? Because it's -2 public order? No, it's -1 public order for that. Okay, well, I can still afford that. So I could afford to increase this to a wine market, potentially. Because I do want commerce, right? It multiplies commerce. Yeah. And we've got a trade port here. Yeah. So, okay, I think we want to go ahead and get the wine market here. That will increase our money by a lot. And when you've got these provinces all churning ahead on happiness, you want to get the things that sort of don't rely on happiness. What the crap happened over in Tilliferdum? Oh right, I took it over and forgot to re-demolish buildings because I'm an idiot. Fantastic. Okay, you get converted into sanitation. This province is completely converted over, so I don't really need any of that. I don't need goat barns in the capital. I do need upgrades to my farms and fishing jetties, though. Great Hall was actually a really good building. I could demolish this one, because it's costing us 70 food for a city. Yeah, we don't need a city there. This converts to a Latin chapel, so we'll just repair it. And the carpenter converts to, yeah, production buildings, and it's also not that useful for us, so we're going to go ahead and demolish it as well. Okay, that's everything we really need in this province for now. 6,000 to go. 6,000 space bucks. Okay. Why don't I go ahead and do this fight with the Huns here? Looks like Flavius Stilicho is unfortunately too far away to make it, so it's not really going to work out the way I really wanted it to. They are within reinforcement range of each other, right? Yeah, they are. Most definitely. Okay, you don't happen to have night fighting, do you? No. And you also don't happen to have night fighting, do you? No. Now, here's the thing, though. I could potentially push this army into Sopianiae now that it's upgraded, move these guys from Sopianiae up to Virunum, and attack them next turn, because they can't attack anywhere really next turn, other than I guess they could actually get to Augusta Vindelicorum. So that would be bad, actually. Okay, so I could get these guys up to Augusta Vindelicorum. The only problem is if I go all the way up there, is there going to be another army waiting for me down in the fog of war down here? This is why I need more spies. Okay, well, I guess we'll deal with this one first. I can... Yeah, I'd actually, because if the Franks are sort of moving over this way, I don't think they can even reach Tilliferdum from where they are with both stacks. Although that might not matter, because if the other one's in reinforcing range, then this one can attack, so, Alright, so we'll attack with these guys. We'll just have Colonia Agrippina being a little bit unhappy, but they're at so much happiness that it doesn't really matter that much. Yeah, they got away.
March.
Sons of bitches. Okay.
Ready for orders. Kill them all!
And there's no real... Oh, this guy's got night attack. There's no real way that they're going to win this no matter what, so we're going to go ahead and auto-resolve it. Alright, just a good old balance stance, I think. Let's take the cash.
At your command.
Income has grown a lot, so we don't strictly need it as badly, but man, do I ever like it. Alright, get something like that. I think that that's always a good thing to have. Probably save a little money, actually. Let's go ahead and redo these since we've now got someone with that slight trait there that'll theoretically do a little tiny bit. I don't know if that actually did anything. I wasn't paying attention to the numbers closely enough. We could go ahead and get a quarry here. If we did, it would just reduce the build time or build costs of the rest of the stuff as we upgrade it. So, and it doesn't cost a huge amount. It's a region that seems to be okay on public order, and it is the spot that'll have the squalor cancellation, so that should be fine. I think that'll be a good choice there. Okay, so can they actually get down to Verunum? They can get to both Verunum and to Augusta Vindelicorum. Okay, so
Ready for battle. We hunger for battle.
it really probably would be the smartest idea to take out these stacks. I think this one looks like it might be one of their scary ones.
At your command.
Not really 100% sure on that. What did I get for bonuses here? Armor smithing and bonus shield crafting, right. So that's actually super good. Probably just want to blanket it across everybody. This is going to be another long battle, isn't it? Anyway, let's go ahead and upgrade, I think, the whole stack. Since they're definitely going to be fighting right now, and they're going to be fighting something relatively tough. It'd be nice if I didn't have to upgrade them more than once, because I think we are also getting our armor... No, we didn't actually get our armor upgraded yet. And we also need our blacksmith here. This place is going to turn to a real shithole. We'll probably have to upgrade this thermae pretty soon. Probably actually next turn, guaranteed, we're going to have to. We might even need to put additional sanitation buildings in the capital itself, so that's fine though. Okay, so you guys... Let's go ahead and attack the bloodletters. I'm so nervous about this one. I kind of want to also check here. What the hell did that shield change do? Like, shield effectiveness, what does that mean? Like, how much did that change it? And how come Matiari are not shielded? This is why I kind of wish that the shield block chance were displayed here. Alright, so it's up to 62 from, I believe, 58. I don't remember what these guys' base value was, but it's only gone up to 57? I thought these guys actually had more to begin with. Alright, well, whatever. Hopefully this will be enough to make a decisive difference against these Huns. Alright, guys, go ahead to Destiny. Okay, the game's actually giving us the advantage here. I mean, we have got something like... Holy crap, this is going to be another hell battle. We've got like 6,000 troops here. I should probably get Uvavum upgraded so that they've got another unit of Legio. I mean, it's nice that every single city seems to have an extra unit of Praeventores, but... Okay, so our army reinforcements are going to come from the left. Theirs are going to come from the right. So I'll probably want to deploy left. It looks like they do not have any of the large onagers, and their onagers are on their secondary army. So they're likely to actually sprint forward and try and attack me, which I'm okay with. So, alright, let's get into this, I guess. Alright, and here we are. Let's not fight in the fog, I don't think. Alright, there we go. So... what have we got here? Lots and lots of Huns is what we got here. We'll go ahead and deploy over on the side, and we'll wait until our reinforcements get here while trying to pummel them with our artillery if we can. We'll front line, of course, with our spears, I think, in this situation, because we don't have a lot of swords. And they don't have a lot of infantry, so this is a good time to not have very many swords by contrast to a lot of my fights. They'll kind of be coming in from this side with their reinforcements is my suspicion, so we'll anchor our flank on this side with our swords. We'll go ahead and have our crossbows sort of further back, definitely a flaming shot, and our Mati will kind of be an emergency reserve on the left side here, and our general will sort of be hiding behind the Mati. Mobile Testudo, I think, and we'll have all of our cavalry sort of weighted on this side for anything that tries to break through over there. For now, let's go ahead and have our guys in Testudo. Alright, so friendly banners, right there.
Lord is often kind to me in battle. Today will, I pray, be no different. Enemy reinforcements approaching. Worthy.
Alright.
God loves glorious deeds. Make ready. The enemy has been sighted.
So this unit card pile is going to turn into a terrific mess, but that's fine. Let's go ahead and get all of you guys into position, I guess. I don't know if they actually are moving towards us here. Yeah, they're kind of slowly moving towards us. They're very close to artillery range. I could probably move up. What the hell is this? Alright. Everything after the sword unit, I think, is... Alright, there's our archers. Fantastic. Okay, it looks like they want to reunite their armies together and then attack us. I don't really blame them. This is kind of a lot of troops to deal with on either side from just a sheer organization standpoint. This is hell, but... take to the field with the army that you've got, and sometimes that is a big-ass army. Alright, why don't we go ahead and try and lure out some of the shots from them with our cavalry. We'll use the Scout Equites. Actually, I don't think their artillery is even near in range, so we'll have to wait a bit on that. I'm not going to be able to double-click the unit cards, which is going to drive me nuts. Alright, coming to Tensis. All our backup coming to Tensis. Your guys are on this side. No, it looks like they're coming in now. They're coming in hot now. Alright, you guys. Preventories can sort of come around here. That doesn't really matter too much what they do. What happened? Is this, did I mess up our No, this is a different unit of Matiari. Interesting. Alright, you guys get over here. Flaming shot. They look like they're coming around with that cavalry archers from the side over here. I don't need as much heavy infantry presence over on that side to deflect that, but I definitely do need something to blunt those arrows, and not, ideally, my cavalry, so... Okay, so we need to go ahead and rapid shot with these guys. Okay, if their charge cavalry comes around this side, I need to charge them with my charge cavalry. If they charge straight into my formations, that's less bad, but... Okay, I see them heading over this. Unfortunately, I'm getting blocked. Oh, what the shit. Wow.
Flee the field of battle. This is a shameful display.
Alright, let's get you guys firing at them. Let's get you guys sort of like that.
Enemy units have rallied and returned to the battle.
They're probably thinking the same damn thing about me. Alright, those guys are getting trashed by, they'll get into combat and they'll do a good job of it, but they got absolutely decimated by that. I think it actually did kill at least a tenth of them. Alright, Mati can actually frontline this just fine. Get around the sides with these guys. Are our crossbows doing any work here? Looks like they actually are.
The men are broken and running for their lives.
What'll happen to my shot cavalry? Alright, so while our axe units won't do a good job there, they won't exactly be rolled over in this kind of fight. Okay, you guys, begin moving over to this side here. Alright, doesn't matter that we're getting cracked through over there. What matters is that we are on holding. Alright, so Battlestar E are in melee now. I need to back off with them. Preventori's get in combat. I don't care that you're not going to be any good at it. Alright, so they've bashed a hole right through here using the sheer amount of bow fire. Let's get to charge those Hunted Horsemen. I don't really care. Okay, alright, camels. Scare them off. Alright, this ought to finish off these last bits. I need my shot cap probably to get out of that fight. I think they're taking too much. Alright, they're attacking our general now. Shamans of the Eternal Sky over there. Interesting. They're kind of a crappy unit, so I don't see them that often. It's interesting to see them for once. Alright, we're kind of doing okay over on this side. Where's our crossbows? Alright, crossbows.
The men have thrown down their weapons and are fleeing.
Preventories get over towards this side. Doesn't really matter if you aren't really good at it. Alright, so we can't go chasing these cavalry all that much here. It doesn't make sense for us to do it, so we're just gonna have to let things be to a certain extent. Fast reload on these guys. Let's get you guys sort of back here. Oh, no, they shattered. Okay, you don't have to. Something's going on over here. I don't think I need to hold the line as much over here anymore.
Our men are rallying. The general has been killed.
Oops, shit. Alright, so this should start seeing them suffering a little bit all across their lines there. Okay.
The men are running. Stand and fight, damn you!
Perfect. This is such a dumb fight. Okay, we might be able to start shattering some of these ranged archers here, or these Hunted Horse archers. And at the very least, we should be able to catch these slings.
Enemy
All right.
units have been rallied.
So, what's going on here? Probably need to actually get my cavalry out. I don't think they're going to be able to catch anything. They're just getting shot to pieces.
The men are broken and running for their lives.
Alright. Yeah, let's get our cavalry out of there, the remainder of it. What little remains of our cavalry. Alright, you guys start forming up a line here. And then we'll testudo. Actually, let's not move back at all. Alright, so we've got a couple arrows left. Yeah, no, those are actually good shots already. You guys get into testudo. Unfortunately, I don't have a good shot or precision shot there.
The men have thrown down their weapons and are fleeing.
Alright, this unit of cavalry looks like it's well enough off that it can potentially... Shit. I think they're running down my men there. Where's our Battlestar E? Get them forward here. Oh, they're out of ammunition. Yeah, no, of course they're coming forward here. Bowmen need to get out. It's gonna be costly, but...
The men are running.
Alright, so this front line of mine is gonna crumble badly. Probably actually charge forward with even these guys. Balstar, what about you guys? Are you guys up front yet? Yeah, we're seeing a lot of shattering from my forces, but I think that we're going to be able to morale break them before they can morale break us. Let's get these raiders in there. Alright, Camel Warriors, if they're done firing at us soon, then, yeah, there they go. Perfect. Okay, I'm going to hit end battle because we'll get more caught that way. And I'll see you on the campaign map. Yeehaw, so... Took out a lot of their units. They have a ton of Hunnic horse archers that are still pretty well off, though. Our backup army also got pretty thrashed by that, but the one thing is, this is one of those few battles that I will lose more than I can kill because of all those horse archers, and that really is the key to those guys' success there. We lost a full unit of garrison, but who cares, they're a garrison. Let's go ahead and take on warriors because we need them right now. And I need to push them out of Yukitsu, out of the province. Otherwise, they'll continue to harry me and stop me from recruiting new troops, so obviously not what we want to see.
Ready for orders.
Okay, so this army doesn't have enough movement left. We'll get them into Yukitsu, but for now, let's go ahead and crush the bloodletters. There shouldn't be anything they can do to stop me from winning this. We might lose a unit of Comitatensis spears, or Palatinas, I mean. It flips. That is the most infuriating thing about that naming convention. Alright, so... We'll take the money here. I don't want to dilute our experience pool down any further than we already have. Right, so this one can get back to... I'm going to move these guys over to a different province. The reason is that if I go over to here, I'm guaranteed to be able to... do a recruitment and replenishment, whereas if I'm not in a different province, I won't be able to. We need to get authority on this guy. Authority there. Okay, and eventually we'll also get him to the retribution ability, but I needed those points of... well, I kind of need both, actually. I probably should have gone it the other way. We lost, I think... Actually, no, this army was down a stack. Okay, never mind. You guys into Yukitsu. You're not helping at all, apparently. Really? Right, well, whatever. Let's go ahead and repair everything. Pretty cheap to repair by contrast to recolonizing, so I will definitely take hard defenses over anything else. Alright, so that's one of those two. I hate that they work in tandem so well, those Hun stacks. Okay, we're going for Viral Lustrous with this guy. I don't think there's anything else that really makes sense. Although he is 57, so he'll probably die before he gets to get it, but that's okay. It's fine. Okay. Can't think of a whole hell of a lot else that needs to be done exactly at this second, so I'll probably go through everything very carefully. And I wonder if these guys are going to take over Rouvion. That would be interesting, because then I could just retake it from them and then reconquer the French. I keep calling them the French, the Franks, but it doesn't really matter. Although, who knows. Alright, what have we got on the diplomacy tab here? After crushing a couple Hun army stacks, sometimes people like you a little bit more. Alright, Ellens. Nope. Would have been a pretty decent one, too. 453 at startup's not bad. Okay, you know, actually, those battles were pretty long. I think I'm going to call it an end to the episode here. So, I hope you found this episode enjoyable, and of course, as always, I hope to see you all next time.